top weight loss strategies of 2024. If you don't know who I am, I'm Nate. I'm the FitFutureMD. I'm currently down over 30 pounds. If you're interested to know how I did that and how to be healthy, pick up the free nutrition and workout guide in the description below. It is currently still free. My wife is also down over 50 pounds. So, I'm definitely an expert on weight loss, diabetes, that kind of thing. So if you're interested in that, interested in getting healthy, download that free guide to help you get there. It's going to explain almost everything you need to get healthy, right? I'm the owner of Ensorsale. Ensorsale is family. Together we rise up from humble beginnings to inspire others all over the world with the messages on our t-shirts. Wear your inspiration today. Wear what inspires you. Stop being depressed all the time by all this negativity all around you. Get some positivity around you. Go to Ensorsale.com. Use code FitFutureMD for 20% off. All right, so I feel like the industry right now is really pulling people in a lot of different directions. So that's why I'm coming out with this video, top weight loss strategies of 2024. And I'm going to talk about these strategies. First off, I guess I'll talk about the way I do it. And then I'll go through and talk about why I don't use the other strategies, right? So basically the way I do it is I want to keep my body from having cravings, right? So I try to get equal calories from carbs, fat, and protein, right? Now, is it always perfect? Absolutely not, right? And you'll see later in the video why I chose not to do some of these other strategies, right? Because to do them, you'd have to be perfect all the time, and you just can't be perfect all the time, right? But for 30 days a year, I try to be absolutely perfect, right? And this is how, they'll usually do 12-week cuts, so 3-month cuts. We're not professionals, so if we can get 30 days perfect, then I'm happy with that, right? So that's how I lost 30 pounds in 30 days, right? And my wife lost 22 pounds in 30 days, right? By being perfection, right? But you can't do that all year, right? So I do what's called the Stay Fit Forever plan the rest of the year. So I got all the way down to 50 pounds lost at one point. Like I said, we just came out of the bulk for the year. So I do try to bulk and get stronger November, December, January. And, that's kind of been my strategy for the last few years because I do want to be smaller, but I still want to maintain the strength I have, psychologically, right? Because I've always been a big guy. I've always been strong. I don't want to be a 200-pound man and not even be able to lift 200 pounds, right? I want to be a 200-pound man, still squatting 405, benching 315, deadlifting 500, the whole 9 yards, right? So that was my strategy to get there. That's my strategy to get there, right? So, but this is a long-term strategy. It takes 3 to 5 years to get where I want to go, not 30 days, 60 days. Like I said, we want to lose weight fast to get the mental say, oh yeah, we can lose weight, we can do this. So I choose to do that usually. The first time I did it was in October, right? Because I can resist candy, right? If you can't resist candy, and then the other best time is February for me. Let's say the birthdays are a lot less limited than other months, right? So it's October and February. So if you want to do it twice a year, you can do it October, February. But the rest of the year, we're going to be in a caloric deficit, small caloric deficit. Is basically using the calorie in, calorie out method, but it's really not. It's a mix of the calorie in, calorie out method and the bodybuilding method, right? Basically, bodybuilding method, and this was the most popular method pre-2010, right? Is basically bodybuilders would have meals, and those meals, they're not weighed out, they're not portioned out. They're really just eyeballed out, right? You can kind of see on your plate, right, exactly what you want, right? You'd have meat, no bigger than your palm, or if you're trying to bulk, you'd do double palms, so 2 pieces of meat the size of your palm, that kind of thing. If you're losing weight, you're going to limit the sauce, right? So you're going to do a serving of sauce, maybe 2 servings, that type thing. And then you're going to use a scale every day to say, oh, well, I ate too much yesterday. I ate too little yesterday. I worked out too hard, all that kind of stuff, right? It makes it easier. It's a lot simpler to keep up with. You can say, okay, I can have chicken, steak, or fish, one of those 3, or eggs. It's chicken, steak, fish, eggs, bacon, that type thing. And basically I can have a serving of the other stuff with it, right? So a serving of rice, a serving of sweet potato, a serving of a regular baked potato or red potatoes, that type stuff. And then that's basically like what we actually do, right? So for the 30 days, we'll do something a little bit different, but for the, the rest of it, we're basically in that caloric deficit where we're living life, and then we're adjusting based on what activities we have, right? So we have a birthday party, we know we're going to fast that day till the birthday party, eat the birthday party. That's all we're going to have that day, right? So, keep that in mind. All right, so now I'm going to go into the top weight loss strategies of what people are doing right now, and tell you why I kind of reject those. So the first one is going to be Ozempic, the Ozempic weight loss strategy, and that's basically because all drugs have side effects, and even if something's been out for 10, 15 years, they still have side effects, and it's still risky to use them, right? Obviously, if you're heading on the track where you're basically going to die of a heart attack or die of a stroke, your doctor's going to say, okay, well, it might be worth, trying this, right? But Ozempic has been shown to cause people to lose a lot of weight, right? And what it does is it slows down your digestion and keeps you from being hungry, right? So basically, you're just eating less, right? But you can do that naturally having a higher protein diet, right? So really, you can replace it with a higher protein diet that's a lot healthier, right? So there's that. So then the next one, the one that's the most popular, or has been the most popular for the longest, is what's called the keto diet or the Atkins diet. And so this basically cuts out a food group, right? And so I don't like that because, they say eventually your cravings go away and stuff, but basically society is not set up this way. So you have to go and order things in a special, specific way. If you go out to eat, or you go to a birthday party, you can't even eat anything that's there, right? That kind of thing. It's kind of the same problem with the bodybuilding 6 to 8 times a day thing as well. And then basically, like, your keto diet makes you be on a high fat diet. And honestly, a high fat diet, it will cause you to, a higher fat diet, basically the fat is 9 calories per gram, whereas carbs and protein are 4, right? So it's very easy to go over your calories when you're eating a lot of fat, right? So keep that in mind when you go on the keto diet, if you go on the keto diet. right? And long term, I feel like keto diet's not sustainable. You know, eventually everybody's going to want a potato chip, some French fries, pizza, you know, Italian food, you know, stuff like that. So, you know, it's really not sustainable for long term, right? All right, so then the one that became popular when I started YouTube was what's called If It Fits Your Macros. And if it fits your macros, basically has you tracking your food, your calories and your macros in your food. And if it hits those calories, you can have it, right? Or hits those macros, you can have it. And the reason I don't like this is because you have to keep track of everything for it to work, right? You have to really be on the money tracking for it to work, right? And basically, eventually everybody falls off of that, right? And it's really not best for health, right? You're also thinking about, you know, weight loss, but you're also thinking about your health long term. If it fits your macros really doesn't work when it comes to the health part, right? So the next one is what's called intermittent fasting, and I call intermittent fasting, keto, you know, all that kind of stuff, I call it as like tools in your tool belt. You don't want to be doing it all the time. You want to have it something to get you that little extra, right? So you want to be able to lose weight and, you know, level out at a healthy weight, natural weight. Your body's healthy, you can move, you can do all your exercise. And intermittent fasting, you're gonna eventually like level out, right? And it's not gonna be actually working for you anymore. Your body's gonna store fat as soon as you eat and then burn the same fat as you fast, right? So keep that in mind, that fasting only works for a certain amount of time, usually about 2 to 3 months. Is the maximum. Your body's eventually going to adjust, right? Same thing with what's becoming really popular right now, which is carnivore diet. The carnivore diet, basically you're eating a lot of meat. But yeah, so I chose the strategy that is the easiest for me. It's the easiest to keep track of. You can do it visually, and you can adjust using intermittent fasting on days that you know you're going to go out to eat, or you know you're going to go to a party or something. So that's what we decided to go with. Let me know in the comments below what weight loss strategy you're going to employ for 2024. I'm Nate. I'm the FitFutureMD. Let's get healthy. Let's get fit. Follow along with me in my journey, and go to Ensorsale.com and get you a cool t-shirt. Use code FitFutureMD for 20% off, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.